Hi everyone. Can you see me? Can you hear me? We are live on Leadership Lens. Yes, 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 yes. We are live. We are live on Leadership Lens. Let me see you. Let me see your comments. Give me a fire emoji. Signify your presence if you're here already. Welcome, welcome to Leadership Lens. Can I find a witness here? Anybody there to join me? Yeah, we start already. Hopefully, people will join us as we continue. Good evening, everybody, wherever you're watching me from. My name is Funke Olaonipeku. I am the convener of Leadership Lens. Here we believe leadership is first about you. We believe leadership is about influence. We believe the change that we all look forward to in our homes, in our community, in our nation can only be made possible through leadership. And more importantly, you have to be able to lead before you can lead others. If you are here in the room, can I see you in the comment section? Good evening, wherever you're joining me from. Say hi. Yes, we believe that leadership is first about you. We believe that you cannot lead except you are first lead yourself. Nobody pour from an empty cup. You can't give what you don't have. You have to be able to lead yourself. That's what gives you a portfolio. That's what gives you an experience of what it takes to lead others. God bless you. I can see people joining me. Good evening, Auntie Kemi, all the way from Northern Ireland. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Yes. So we believe that leadership is first about you. You can't give what you don't have. And nobody pours from an empty cup, like I said. And on Leadership Lens, we believe that leadership is influence. Leadership is not control. It's not taking charge. It's not we lead and other follows. It's not Oga at the top. No. Leadership is about me, it's about you. It's about taking responsibility. It's about seeing what it is now and what it can become later. Leadership is influence. You are a father, you are influencing what is going on with your wife and your children. You are an entrepreneur, you have a business, you are influencing what is going on in your establishment. You are determining when your workers wake up in the morning. You are determining when people get your goods and your services. You are a local government chairman. It simply means you are responsible. You are accountable for the responsibility of others. You are accountable for what is going on in your environment in whatever capacity in which you are leading. That's what leadership is. Leadership is influence. Your ability to influence one more or more people. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for joining me. So leadership, that's what leadership is. And today we're talking about how we can lead ourselves. Without wasting any of our time, we go straight today to today's topic, leading yourself. Just before I came online, somebody asked me, should a Christian, should they be leading themselves? Well, in case you are also having that in your mind, please note that whatever faith you have, because it's not a religious class, but I like to create this understanding. Whatever faith you belong, whatever things you practice, whatever things that make God 100% responsible for your life, I don't think it's good enough. God has a responsibility He placed in your hand, and He's also expecting you to do something with it. God will provide money for you to buy foodstuffs in your kitchen, but you will agree with me, He will not come to your kitchen to come and cook it. And that's where you come in. God has provided, and you have got to take the responsibility to do the needful. So this is the concept. This is not about saying, oh, God has no place in our life. Of course, we are nothing except Him. But just to understand that we've got responsibility, and how well to function in our responsibility so that we don't miss the way. And my name is Funke Olaonikpeku. In case you're joining me for the first time, I'm the convener of Leadership Lens. Here we believe leadership is influence, leadership can be done well, leadership is a skill, and we just need to learn it. And what we do on this platform every Sunday is to gather 30 minutes while we rub minds, we see where we are, what we can do, and how together we can change first ourselves, influence everyone in our cycle of influence, and eventually look forward to the change world that we all hope to find. So, tonight, what are we going to learn? We will learn why we need to self lead. We will learn the core areas of self leadership. And at the end of this class, I will also provide a worksheet because we don't just want to come here and make things theoretical. We want you to be able to practice, to think, to self reflect. Most times what we are doing is not a new thing. What we are hearing is not new. It's just that most times we don't take a step further to either take actions or practice what we have heard or what we have learned. And we do that is not what we do on Leadership Lens. Here we make sure we try as much as possible to make it practical. So the first question tonight is, why self-lead? Why do you think you should lead yourself? Why do you think you should take charge of your life? Why do you think instead of just accumulating all the information on Instagram, on Facebook, on podcast, instead of just being lost in the crowd, why do you think we should self-lead? The number one reason why you should self-lead is because it builds personal responsibility. You've got to be able to be responsible for your actions. But how will you even lead if you don't know your responsibility? We'll get there. Another reason why we self-lead is to foster clarity and goal setting. We want to be sure. What is the problem here? How can we provide solution? Remember, in one of our classes, we have established that leadership is just about identifying a problem and solving it. That's the distance between where you are now and where you want to go to. The what matter in between is leadership. So we want to foster clarity and goal setting. We want to focus clarity and goal setting. You want to be specific because when you are setting goals, you just have to be smart about it. As you have to be specific. It has to be measurable. It has to be achievable. It has to be something that is realistic. You have to consider the time that you are setting it. And number three, self-leadership enhance emotional intelligence. By the time you have been able to learn the skills of self-leadership, it helps you to respond calmly. You have this sense of empathy. You are able to put other people in your shoe. You are not just there in that place where every focus, the radar must point to you. You just want to be the focus, the attention of everything going on. No. What self-leadership does for you is to help you to see you in a new dimension such that it creates room for you to be able to empathize with others. You are able to put other people in your shoes. So, what are the core areas of self-leadership? The self-awareness is simply your ability, to know what's going on, to know yourself. Some of us, we know other people very well more than we know ourselves. Some of us, other people can write a whole book about us, yet we don't even know ourselves. Another core area of self-leadership is vision. What is it that you can see that other people cannot see? What is it that wakes you up on your bed in the morning and say, girl, you've got to get up now? What is it that when you don't want to get up, you tell yourself, there is a prize to be won, you get up now? Core areas of self leadership also include value. What are your values? For some of us that, applicants and things like that, when you are applying for a job in standard organizations, they tell you this is our own core values. What are your own values? How does your own value match with us? This is because they have understand that everyone needs to understand what their value represents to be able to fit in their own organization value. Otherwise, there will be conflict. Otherwise, they will present something to you and it will look strange to you. So everybody must be able to establish values. This is one of the things that you will find out in core leadership. Another thing is discipline and accountability with self leadership. You're looking forward to be a leader. You're looking forward to that place where you give instruction. When you say do this, maybe you are a mother and you just want your children to be waking up 5 a.m. in the morning. By the way, it takes a lot of discipline. Discipline is being able to step out into actions that are not necessarily convenient but must be done because you have understand why it has to be done. Maybe you are an employee and you have a deadline, to submit a project every Friday of the week. There is a lot of things going on, but you have to be accountable. You have to be able to say, oh, I take responsibility for that. These are the things you will learn in core self-leadership. Another one is emotional intelligence. Until you are able to understand who you are, your feelings, your actions, and how to put them together to effectively profit you, you will never be able to self-lead, which is why we are here to learn each of these concepts one after the other. So, if you're still with me in the comment section, if you understand me, if you got any question, if you are here at all, can I see you? Give me a comment. Let's be sure I'm not the alone in the room. Can you hear me? Can you see me anywhere you're joining me from? And if you're on Facebook or on if you're on Facebook or on YouTube, can you signify whichever platform you're joining me from, please, if that's possible? You joining me from Facebook? Are you joining me on YouTube? Please let us know. So we continue. What is self-leadership? Self-awareness. Who are you? Where are you right now? Where do you want to go? The first question is, who are you? I, I am not just asking you about your name. In fact, if you think about how you come by with your name, I know some of us have changed our name, but how did you even get that name? You don't know. The only thing you maybe as a baby, if you look around, maybe you are John. Everybody keeps saying John, 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 and they smile at you. After some time, you just realize that when people see you, they call John, and you decide that okay, the next time I hear John, I'll take it as I'm the one they are calling. Isn't that how many of us understand that that's what our names are? These are names, these are descriptions given to us by our parents. There's a sign of identity. So apart from your name, can I ask you now, who are you? What can you tell me about yourself? Who are you? What is your identity? That's a question of identity. What do you represent? Who really are you? Is it what your parents have called you? Is it what your employers have called you? Is it what bullies have successfully placed on you? Outside all of that, who are you? Do you really know who you are? What are your personalities? What are your personality traits? I mean, what can you do? What can you not do? What can you think of over time based on experience, based on wherever you are, based on learning, based on environment? What can you put together and say, look, I am Funke Olaonipekun, this is who I am. Can you describe yourself? You know, can you really stand up and say, this is who I am, or you're lost in the crowd? This is one reason why we are here tonight, to find out who we are. The second question will be, where are you now? And there is always an interesting part of life. It doesn't matter where you are coming from. It doesn't matter how you get here. It doesn't matter what you've been through. It doesn't matter what happened in the past. Your destination, where you are going to be after now, is determined by you. It doesn't matter what your parents have done. If they have done well, congratulations, an added advantage. If they have not met up to your standard, I want you to come out of that place of blame, of bitterness, of anger tonight and just say, look, I've got a responsibility for myself. I can identify what they have done wrong now. From here henceforth, I can take charge. I can undo what they have done. I can reparent. So somebody say, oh, how can it be perfect when they have left some things they did not do? You realize they did not do something. It's time to start reparenting yourself if that's across. Who are you? Where are you right now? The most important question is, where do you want to go? Where do you want to be after now? Where do you want to go? So who are you? I am Funke Olaonipekun. I know who I am. It doesn't just come on a day. But over time, situations and challenges, circumstances will challenge you. People will call you who you are not. They will give you names. I remember growing up, for somebody like me, one of the remarks, I wish my parents are yet to, one of the remarks I can never forget is my teachers writing in my report card, talk active. Is that me? Is that who I am? What about you? Let me see in the comment section. What are the things you got in your report card as a child? What are those childhood experiences? Some of us got too playful, talkative, she's too quiet, she's too noisy. Let me see you in the comment section. What label did people put on you? What are the remarks you get from teachers? What are the things that you got growing up that make you feel, oh, if I talk now, say I'm a talkative? Well, these are just what people have noticed about you. These are what they have seen in you. And I want you to know that all of these things, sometimes they are not weaknesses. They are not disadvantage. They are gifts. They are inherent talent in you. Somebody said talkative. We're on the same lane, aren't we? What am I doing now? Am I not talking? I am talking. So God bless that teacher in primary 3 that said talkative. In fact, I thought I would think I got that remark more than 3 times as a child. Talkative, she talks too much. Somebody say reporter. Yeah. There is strength in all of those things. These are gifts. These are things that are inherent in you. They were already present when you were born. And when you started expressing it, because people around you could not comprehend what it means, people around you could not help you to harness it, people around you could not just like, why will somebody just talk all the time? So it gives a lot of confusion and it comes out as a label. But tonight, I want you to have a picture of your childhood. When you were a child, what are those things that are coming to you naturally? What are those things that others find difficult, but it just comes to you easily? It flows naturally out of you. And because talent is never enough, we're going to take a step further to develop this talent into useful and into valuable piece that we give to others. Nobody wants to listen to somebody who is just talking rubbish. Nobody wants to use crude oil. You don't if when you want to buy fuel in your car now, you don't buy crude oil, do you? You buy the processed one. Talent is never enough. So we've got to know what we have. Then we move a step ahead to refine it, to process it, to put it in together in such a way that is valuable, to make it presentable, to make it packable, to make it marketable. Right now, what am I doing? I was a talkative, according to them. Right now, I am talking, only that I have been able to reprogram what I'm saying. I've been able to put my talks together in a meaningful thing that makes you to set that time and say, okay, we can listen. Somebody say too quiet. That's a strength. Often people who are quiet has the tendency, they have the ability to think, to have deeper thoughts about things and come out with better results. So whatever it is that it is for you, I want you to bring it out from the crude and refine it, and I'll show you how. So the number one thing I want you to do is to do a personality test. There are lots of personality tests online. And at the end of this lesson, I will give us a link which you'll be able to click and get a workbook where you do a personality test for yourself. I encourage you, you're a mother, you're a parent, even if you're an employer, you're an entrepreneur, you employ one or two people, do personality test. First of all, find out your personality. I know basically what we used to know those days is extrovert, introvert. There is this book that we read those days, Why You Act the Way You Do. I encourage you to read that book. It just open your mind to find out why people do what they do, the possibility, the tendencies, the gifts that are peculiar to specific personalities. You can start from there. So it helps you to identify your gift. You know more about yourself. You know the tendencies. Some people are extroverts, they are the life of the party. 5-10 minutes, they are meeting new people and they are free to communicate. That's a strength. And it doesn't mean that somebody who cannot do that does not have their own strength. They also have their strength. But we have to take a step further to do this test and find out more about who you are. Sometimes those things might not be 100% accurate, but most often than none, you will get more than 90% of things that align to your character, that brings you back to old memory and say, yes, I think this align with me. This is what I do. Especially if you answer those questions correctly, genuinely the way you represent you. So personality tests will help you to identify your gifts. Those things are already there. It is not the personality test that want to give you the gift. They are there, they are God given. Right from the time you were born, they are already present there. But some of us don't know. Either because when we try to express it as a child, somebody tried to keep us quiet. Somebody tried to stop us from being quiet and say, you just have to learn to talk. You just have to be talking. No, you don't have to. All you have to do is to harness your own gift in such a way that is beneficial. So, know more about yourself, explain why you had the way you do and your potentials. You know, there is a difference between having a potential and actually using it. For example, I love practical things. If you have a tuber of yam on your kitchen shelf, there is a potential that it can be turned to pounded yam. There is a potential that you can fry it. There is a potential that in that yam that when you boil it, you get a result. There are quite a lot of things that you can do there. And there is also a possibility that that yam will remain on that shelf, it will get spoiled and you will throw it away. Did you get that? So it simply means that you need to understand what is in here, what it can be, and how I can maximize it. So we all have potentials, but our understanding of what it is and what we do with it is what will put you in that place where the prayer of destiny, the prayer of glory, send my glory that you are praying. Those are the pointers. Those are the things that are already there that we answer those prayers. Number two, because I'm trying to keep this class, to 30 minutes. I want to keep us coming, to keep learning and keep improving. The idea of this class is not just to um accumulate information. If that it is, why don't we just use Google? Why don't we just use AI? On the palm of your hand, you just press AI and that's it. But that's not why we are here. And if you're here, you're worried that AI is going to take up your job or AI is going to replace you, go and learn the new skills. Become practical. Look at yourself. That's just by the way. Find out what you can do now to use AI as a tool. As things change, as time and season change, jobs change. Those days in Nigeria growing up, I know police officers that control the road, that do stop, that do come. What happened? Street lights came and they lost their job, in quotes. I know some of them might go back to other things, but that job description was no longer there. So that's just by the way. If you're worried that AI will take your place, if you're already worried now that AI will take your job, it's time to start learning new skills. So we go back to our topic. That's just by the way. Another thing you need to know to be able to know more of yourself is to do a SWOT analysis. This is a very, very simple and powerful tool to use to identify who you are, where you are, and where you want to go to. I just want to beg you again, I'm imploring you. When you get the worksheet attached to this class, please use it. Go through it. It is not in the amount of the things we hear, it is in the amount of the things we do. And most times, worksheets, workbook, and all of those, they usually look too simple to address our problem, in quotes. But can I tell you tonight, bigger problems need simple solution. Bigger challenges need simple solutions. Solutions don't have to appear big. Just follow the process. Enjoy the stages. Pay the price of doing those small things and you will graduate to the bigger one. So with SWOT analysis, SWOT represents a short form of strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats. What are your strengths? If you do that personality test, I'll give you a link in the comment section, and at the end of this class, you will be able to use those links to access the form. Strengths. When if you do that personality test, you will find out what your strengths are. For example, if you're an extrovert, there is a tendency that you're jovial, you're spontaneous, you are easily able to meet people, you are easily able to get into conversation, you get things done, you know how to make people happy and things like that. It's also possible if you're an introvert, you are able to process information deeper, faster, and more meaningful than every other person. That's a strength. For example, you can also find that there are weakness, maybe because of your personality traits. You like to plan, but you don't really implement. You plan, but you don't just come out to do it. You are able to identify your opportunities as well. That way, when you start setting your goals, you are able to say, oh, these are our opportunities, these are threats, what can I do with them? Let me see you in the comment section if I'm making sense. I hope you can get me. The comment section is a bit quiet. Let me see you in the comment section. Do you understand what we're saying? Is it helpful? Is it making any sense at all? Let me see you in the comment section. So back to SWOT analysis. I'll look out for our comments in the comment section. For example, when you have done a personality test, remember we mentioned, where are you now? So you do an assessment of yourself. You find out, you set out a goal. Where am I now and what do I want to become? Where do I want to go to? So number one assignment I'm going to ask us to do is to write a letter to ourselves of 5 years ago. Look at yourself now. Write a letter to yourself of 5 years ago. Be grateful for one thing you did 5 years ago that has brought you to where you are now. What is that one thing that you can remember that you did 5 years ago? What step did you take about 5 years or 6 years ago that has eventually led you to where you are now? For some of us, it might be writing a particular exam. So for some of us, it might be attending a particular event. For somebody else, it might just be as simple as stopping a habit that eventually gave us opportunities. I want you to write a letter to your old self. Tell them you are grateful for them for the last 5 years and mention a specific thing. Number two, I want you to ask yourself, what will I be grateful for in the next 5 years? If I am writing this letter to myself in the next 5 years, what will I be grateful for? Will it just be that you are grateful that you just spend your few minutes watching this program? Will it just be that you are grateful that you did this personality test? Will it just be that there is a habit now you need to start forming now that you will be grateful for? I leave you to decide on that. So with SWOT analysis, what you are doing is you identify a specific goal that you want to achieve. Take for example, I want to lose weight. I think that's a common thing among everybody. Or I want to lose belly fat, I want to lose weight. That's the goal. If you want to do a SWOT analysis of that, the first thing will be to identify the strengths. What is giving you strength to pursue this goal? Is it that you have a health challenge and if you are able to do it, it means that health challenge will go, maybe diabetes, maybe obesity or something? Is it that you have supportive system around you? Maybe you have a friend who is also trying to lose weight. Maybe you have a community of friends and things like that. What are your strengths? You identify them. Number two, what are your weaknesses? You need to be able to say, these are my weaknesses. Otherwise, there won't be any progress. Otherwise, you will not be able. Yes, thank you. I can see it's helpful following. Oh, thank you so much. I can see everybody. Yes, so you need to be able to identify your weaknesses. Maybe you are such a person, when your fridge is full, you cannot just sleep. You have to go back and open that fridge 7 times. That's a weakness. It's not going to allow us to achieve the weight loss. Maybe you're somebody, you just recalcitrant. You don't know how to get up in the morning. Your weakness is that whatever is happening, don't come and wake me very early in the morning. But the only opportunity you have to run with other friends who want to lose weight is 6 a.m. in the morning. So that's the weakness. We have to find a way to resolve that. Another thing will be opportunities. What are the opportunities? Maybe you have the opportunity to join a weight loss group. Maybe you have the opportunity to pay for a gym class. Maybe you have the opportunity to learn new recipes that will help you to prepare meals and things like that. And the last one will be threats. What are the likely things that can happen that will not make this goal achievable? What are the likely things that will come up that will not make this thing achievable? For example, one of the things that make us not achieve our goals most time is that we are so excited about the goal. We are so excited about where we want to go to. Somebody has motivated us, just like I'm setting us up for motivation tonight. Somebody has motivated us, and you are so happy, you're so excited, you just want to do it, you just want to go. But we forget to take care of the weaknesses and the possible threats that can affect what we want to do. And so when they start coming, because we didn't prepare for them, before you know it, after 10 days, the motivation is down. After 10 days, the urge to push through is no longer there. So before you start at all, or perhaps the goals that you set for the year, when we were shouting Happy New Year, this is my goals. This year I'm making millions. This year I'm establishing. This year is my year. It's new era. Those things are good. But have you sit down to identify your areas of weaknesses? Have you been able to identify threats? Things that will not allow these goals to be achievable, things that will not allow you to push through, identify them. The next time when we meet, I want you to there's a worksheet in here. I want you to click on the link which I'm putting in the comment section now. I want you to click on that link and make sure you do this SWOT analysis, so that by the time we come next week, you will have questions. We will be able to see what we will do with our strengths, what we will do with the weaknesses, what we will do with the opportunities and the threats to our self-leadership, to things that will come up that can hinder us from achieving the self-leadership that we look forward to. And if you find this useful, I want you to please share this video, share this link with friends and family, people who you know that needs to be here. We sing a song, we are the leaders of tomorrow. If you don't lead yourself first, if you don't learn the necessary skills to lead tomorrow, I am sorry, it's just going to be in a song, it's not going to manifest. But we want to put ourselves in the place whereby we are prepared enough, we have the skills, we have the capacity, so that when the opportunity eventually arrives, we will be able to imprint our names, we will be able to imprint our footsteps in a time of life. Thank you. Somebody says it's motivating and educative. Thank you so much. So by and large, this last 30 minutes, we have been able to tell you that self-leadership is the foundation for effective leadership. You cannot give what you don't have. No, you cannot pour for an empty cup. This is an opportunity for all of us to fill up our cups. So let's fill it up. Do a personality test and find out more about you. I've just sent the link into the comment section now, and the link is also on the screen. Copy the link, click on it. In that link, there is a personality test. There is a website there where you can do a personality test. The basic one is free. At least it gives you an idea of who you are. So do a personality test to find out more about you. Know who you are, know what your strengths are, Know what your weaknesses are. Know what your opportunities and threats you have. Know the tendencies. Some of those personality tests even go as far as helping you to decide what job you can do. Oh, thank you. I can see Rotella J. That's, yeah, thank you so much. So do it. Make sure you do it. You have children, do it for your children. You have employees, do it for them. It helps you to understand the team. It helps you to understand why a particular employee will not just do it the first time. It can help you to understand why that your child, you need to repeat it and repeat it and repeat it before they do it. It helps you to understand why somebody will just talk from morning to night and not just get tired. They are strengths. They are the power that they have. They are the things that is able to launch them into the world of, unending opportunities. So I challenge you, do a personality test to find out more about you. Then do a SWOT analysis for your goal. Analyze at least one goal. One, let's start with one. I told you, big problems need simple solutions. Start simple. When you will pay for master class, what are you looking for? Are you looking for somebody to come and organize your life for you? No, they will give you templates and you will go back and do it. What you do with that template or what you don't do is left to you. So because I don't want us to just be here and just be theoretical, let's bring it down. Let's practicalize it. Just one goal. It could be losing weight. It could be how you will make maybe $1,000 extra this year. Write down that goal and analyze it. Find out the strength that you have now. That strength can include the skills that you have. Find out the weaknesses, things that you don't have now that may hinder you from achieving what you want to achieve. Find out the opportunities that you have that will make that goals possible. Find out the necessary threats that are around that will hinder you from achieving those goals. And when I see you next week, we'll dwell more on what to do with our strengths, our weaknesses, the opportunities and the threats that we list. We go further another step to see how we can lead ourselves. Leadership is success. Leadership is success. Success is the achievement of goals. Leadership is influence. It is traveling from where you are now to where you really want to be. I do hope I've been able to establish one thing or the other for you tonight. And before you go, I'm just imploring you to join Leadership Lens on Facebook, follow us on YouTube, and here every Sunday, 7 p.m. Nigeria time, 6 p.m. UK time, we come here and we discuss leadership, just like we have done tonight. We've got to self-lead. The opportunities are bound, but we have to step out. We have to have a portfolio. There should be something we can show to the world. The next time you have the opportunity to lead, you're not just saying things from your head. You are saying things that you have handled. You are saying things that you understand. You are leading people with the courage of being inspired and to step forward. Everywhere you hear the name of Nelson Mandela now, you know something positive is coming after. What about we mentioning your name? I look forward to seeing you at the top. I look forward to celebrate you when you achieve your goals. I look forward to see a better you because what we all want is a better world. And I'm rooting for you. Got any questions? Let me see them in the comment section. Please share your thoughts, share your questions. Are we still there? Thank you so much for joining me. We don't take this for granted. Out of your busy schedule, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And in case you know somebody who this is going to benefit, please, even after the live class, the recordings and everything will be on YouTube, will be on Facebook. So do try as much as possible to share it on your timeline, share it with your friend, take it as a gift to invite somebody to come and learn. And I'll see you again. Anybody there? Any question at all? Yeah. And in the absence of any question, again, I have posted the link in here. Click on that link. Yes, please click on that link. It will take you to the worksheet. It will take you to the personality test. Just type the name of that personality test on Google or any browser, and it will take you to the point. It's free. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I look forward to you doing those tests. Remember, simple is powerful. Big problems does not require big solution. They just require the right thing to be done. Thank you for trusting the process with me, and I'll see you next week. Bye.